Good evening, Stampin' friends, and welcome to Linda's Stamping Escape. Tonight, I am going to share with you the Snowflake Kisses Bundle. This is so cute, and I chose this one because of the distinctive dies. They have some really cool dies, and that's going to be our focus tonight, is I'm going to show you how to use them. So if you're joining me on Facebook, give me a hello. Don't forget to comment. I will put your name in the drawing for a prize patrol. If you are watching on YouTube and you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see more inspiration from Linda's Stamping Escape. So let's get started. This is our stamp set. It is a photopolymer set, which if you haven't heard by now, they are switching to all photopolymer. So they are phasing out of the red rubber. So I love my greetings in photopolymer anyway. I can line things up a lot easier. So many cute sayings. We'll be using a couple of them tonight. And then we have our dies. And you have some cute snowflake dies. We'll be showing you how to use this one here as well. Right here. And then, of course, our big front face die. That's what I call it. And it has a coordinating circle die that goes in there. So I'm going to show you how I use them tonight. So, both of the cards I'm going to share with you tonight are A2 size cards. So that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 5 1/4. So that's what we have here. So let's get that ready. Just our basic white. I'm going to flip this way now. I like nice crispy folds. There we go. And that is going to be our base. So we'll just set that right there. And then I am going to use this beautiful ombre glitter paper. Excuse me, that's Glimmer Paper. This pretty paper is actually on the last chance list right now. And it's ombre. Let me show you a full sheet. This is the purplish one. So I don't remember all the colors offhand, but this is a pink, and then it glides down into, I believe that's Highland Heather. And then we have yellows into green, and then our blues, which you can see I used a lot of already. So here's the light size. This is the size I'm going to be using tonight. And then this is the dark side. So this transitions, as you can see, there'd be one in between there. So we're going to use the one that looks more like the balmy blue. And I cut a piece, it's 4 by 5 1/4. And then I am just going to place this right onto that sheet and die cut that. And what you're going to get is this amazing little, look at this. Oh, it's so pretty. So there is the basis to the front of our card. So let's just grab a little glue here. Now, if you wanted to make this really easy, you could use some of the double-sided paper that has sticky paper that you can use to just peel that off and glue it down. But I really don't mind gluing it down, and this glue works really nice. I like to focus on edges because that keeps them from popping up. So just do, and I'm just dotting this on, really. This glue works really nice. So I hope everybody had a wonderful day. It is, I don't know what some call Indian summer. It's just beautiful outside right now. I love warm days and cool nights. Just perfect fall weather. Okay, so let's grab this. And then I'm just going to gently lay that down. I don't want to wiggle it too much because I don't want that glue all over. So there we go. I'm going to flip it upside down and then just make sure I got all that glue pumped out. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that sparkle. And trust me, you can use the pink. Didn't Stampin' Up! Use a pink sample in the catalog? If you look in there. All right, the greeting that I chose says, if kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. So that is the one we're going to use. So ink that up. And then just stamp. I like to hold it on just a little bit so that the ink soaks into the paper and I get a nice coverage of that. And then I am going to put in, this one comes with our bundle and fits inside there. And so we're going to take this and run that through our die cutting machine. And out pops this pretty little piece here with little snowflakes or stars, however you want to look at that. Isn't that cute? But I took it a step further. And when you cut this out, it cuts out that big circle. Now you can use that for something else. But I used one. This is a discontinued die, but we all have them, right? We all have circle dies and stuff that have been discontinued, but it fit perfectly behind this. So it gave it a little bit more pop than just placing it in there. So always like to use your stuff. Easier for you guys to use your retired goodies than me, because I don't normally share things that I don't sell, because if somebody's new to our group and they want it, but I could look for a similar replacement there. So there we go, and it adds just a little bit more sparkle, right? And then I have a few dimensionals here that I'm going to use up, and we'll use it on this card. And then we'll pop this up, which will create some added dimension, even though we have some great texture going on here. Get that nice and straight. How does that look? Beautiful. You could leave it just like this, but I did die cut one of the snowflakes out. There's quite a few, actually. So you have this big piece here, and then you have 3 snowflakes, and then you have another little grouping of snowflakes there. I just covered this so the tape would not stick to the back of theirs. Actually, 2 sheets of dies in here. So we're going to take this, and I'm going to get a glue dot and stick him right on there. So let's roll one of these up. And stick that right on the back. And then we're going to pop that right on that corner there, so it kind of goes into your greeting, but not too much. And I think I'm going to snake just a little piece. Let's go in between these 2 pieces here and just take an itty bitty little piece. And add this, if I can pick him up. There we go. And add this right there to help hold him in place. There we go. I might add a dab of glue there as well, or I could do another little glue dot. So I don't forget. Stick our glue dots on here, and that'll hold that on really nice. There we go. And because it's ombre, this is a little bit different color than what the background is, but it all goes together so nice. So that is one easy way in which you could use this die. And I'll be back with more different ways to use these. Okay, so let's come in with another card. And this one is going to be in our fresh freesia. So that is our background there. Our base card, again, A2 size. And then we're going to take a 4 by 5 1/4 sheet. And this is embossed with the wave. So some people may think it looks, oh, I don't know what side. I think I'm going to go on the puffed up side. It can be a wave of water, but what I want this to do is look like a little snowstorm. So like the wind is blowing. There we go. Okay, and I've got my little pre-cut stuff here. That's for my greeting. And then I pre-cut some snowflakes there. This is one of the dies. I did cut that out twice. And then that little die that's in the middle, that's 4 little snowflakes came off of that one. So what we're going to do here is take our fresh freesia and stamp our greeting. Winter is warmer when we're together. Again, we're going to hold that on and get a nice coverage there. And then we're going to take that die and cut that out. So this die has, look at that, coordinating little, like our circle did. And then the circles that come with these little banners, since I had some of that left over, I thought it'd be cute to add a little bit of this. Yes, you guys caught that, didn't you? I am using the ombre in the pink tones for this one. So I'm going to grab that glue back here. I use the glue for this because when you're working with the glimmer or glitter paper, it just holds better to your cardstocks than the tapes. So I think what I'm going to do is put, let me flip this around. I got too much on the top there. And I am going to let, I can't decide which way I want my, I think we're going to go this way. How's that? Let's go this way. We'll just have a little bit of that corner sticking out. I want that to set, so I'm going to push that down and push my glue right into that glimmer paper. And then we're just going to set this here. I want to make sure I'm straight. Yep. And let that dry. So let's bring this back in here for a moment. And I wanted to show you how I use this die. So this little piece here looks like a little corner piece. So you could put it in the corner, and when you roll that through, you get this. And then I stamped it with Winter is warmer when we're together, and may the chill of winter be warmed by love and friendship. So how cute is that? So let's get that in there. I'm going to get the glue, and I'm just going to glue down, add a little glue here on this corner, a little dot there and there. Then the rest of it, I will just use my adhesive, which will hold that on nicely. And that we are going to tuck on the inside of our card. Got a little glue there, so when that dries, I'm going to use the eraser there to get the rest of that off. So how cute is that? Now, if you really want to be fancy and get a little bit of that shimmer, invite Wink of Stella to your party and just come in here and add a little bit of Stella inside those snowflakes. Oh my gosh, it just adds another element to your card. I mean, it was cute just like this, but adding that sparkle on the inside just brings your entire card together. So, yep, just go in there, and you can see I'm not being real fancy. I'm just getting a little bit of that glitter in there, just so it has a little bit of sparkle. And it also deepens your snowflake color just a little bit. So look at that. I don't know if you can see that sparkle on the camera, but boy, it sure looks good from here. Okay, let's finish up the rest of our card. I always have my Wink of Stella handy. So we can actually put this, slide that under there, and we'll hold this down. And now we are going to take our little snowflake, or I mean our thing here, we're going to add our little snowflake. I think I'm going to add one like this. So let's put a little adhesive back here to pick this up. We'll go a little bit lower. There we go. And then this one, I want to add up here. I'm going to make sure I fit on here. All right, so I'm just looking to see where I need my adhesive. So I'm going to put a little glue back there. And I can always come in and with my little poker here, I can go back in and add glue dots or even glue. So I'm going to put a glue dot there. And we're going to stick this down here. Okay. Let's get this on here the way I want it. My hands are jiggling, so this is too. So I'm going to flip this. And I am going to add some glue dots so this quits wiggling on me. I don't know about you, but sometimes my hands get a little shaky. Whoop, missed that one. Let's get that on there. And I like that you can roll up your glue dots and it gives a little bit of added dimension, but doesn't necessarily pop it off the page like a dimensional would, if that makes sense. So you get a little height, but not too much. And you got a lot more control because I can make that skinny and add it right onto there so it holds on a little better. Again, I just take it and I roll them up. Hold a piece of it down, make it skinny. And then we can add this on here. I like to get that straight before I push down, and spaced pretty much alike there, so it's centered a little nicer. There we go. Perfect. Now see, you do got a little lift from those, and I can push that down, and I can always come back in and add some behind here later if I want to, or a touch of glue. All right, so let's bring these back out, and I'm going to add some of these little ones. And I'm just going to roll this up, stick it in the middle, and we'll add the bigger one right about there. And you can add other embellishments if you want. I just thought it would be cute to add those snowflakes and use those as an embellishment. You could also put a little embellishment, if you got one small enough, inside your little snowflakes. Let's put this guy up here. I'm going to push him down. He got rolled up kind of big. And then these two little guys. I got to get them off my paper. But that holds them nice while I'm ready to work. Okay, this guy's going down here. We're going to create our little triangle on this side. And normally you guys know that I work with odd numbers, but we're using 6 tonight. And if you want to, we're going to put one up here. You could add another 3 pieces by adding little, oh, I wish I had them up here. The holographic ones that come with our new stamp set with the, oh goodness, I can't remember. Well, you know, there's lots of embellishments you can use. But see how cute and easy that is? So we got the wave background here with our snowflakes just cut out. And then you got to see how this can be used. It's just for the greeting, but I like this. And then put that on the inside. And actually, you could make this into the front of your card if you wanted to. And then if you layered some of those snowflakes over the top, oh, how pretty would that be? Then you'd get a really one full of dimensions. So there's that one, and we'll bring back in our blue card. So now you got 2 different colors here, and totally gorgeous, simple to use. It's that ombre paper. I am telling you, if you like sparkly but don't like all the glitter mess, this is calling you. And it's on sale. I believe it's 50% off right now. So it is called Ombre Glimmer Paper, and it is in the last chance list, and we are working with the gorgeous Snowflake Kisses. So I hope for those of you who got this, you feel inspired on how to use your bigger snowflake dies. I'll be back later with more ways to use it, but this will just kick you off. So I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope you have a wonderful time and have yourself a good night. Thank you.